Tasty.
Good morning. Wesley Source, host of the Tucson Tasty Show. Super excited to be here with Coffee with the Tasty Show, brought to you by Kelly, Dirty Cactus Soaps and Gifts. How you doing today?
Wonderful. How are you?
Good. And we have a couple special guests with us. We have the owner of Yellow Brick Coffee with us, and we have Gordy from Login. Well, awesome. And we're going to bring their mics up here so that you guys can go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Hello, I'm David from Yellow Brick Coffee. Thank you for coming to our shop.
Thank you for having us. This is awesome.
Yeah, we're on Country Club and Speedway at the Benedictine. Thanks so much for coming.
Thank you. No, and it's really awesome. I love the location, and your coffee's everywhere, which is really cool. And I can't wait to hear again how you got started, because it's just a cool story.
Yeah, I'm with Login Business Internet. Kind of side point, I have a little podcast about networking here in Tucson, so that's why I wanted to join you here, and we could kind of all talk. And
Yes.
It's all about networking and connecting with people, so I'm all about that in Tucson. So.
Yay,
Awesome.
happy to
Thank
have you
for
both.
being here. So I know you don't have very much time, so why don't you tell us a little bit about the background story while I mount out on some very tasty food.
Yeah, enjoy the breakfast sandwich. I could go on and on, but Yellow Brick is a family-owned business. My sister started Yellow Brick on paper in 2011. I eventually came over in 2013, 2014.
Mm-hmm.
We opened up our... Before that, we were roasting coffee in our parents' garage, building up wholesale accounts, doing farmers markets, and then eventually we opened up our first cafe, which was our roastery, to the public in an industrial area, and then slowly built our business through there. Our online presence built up a little bit, and now here we are. We just opened our flagship coffee shop last year, so we just celebrated our 1-year anniversary, and we've had a lot of success out of here. We introduced pastries and food. We use a lot of local food in our kitchen.
Right.
We use bread from Barrio Bread. We use Bubby's Bagels, and we
Delicious, by the way.
really do. Thank you. We do focus on coffee still, so our roastery is a big part of our business. We roast and distribute within Tucson and then throughout the country, so people subscribe to
like
our
I said,
coffee.
everywhere, right? And
Yeah,
which is really cool, because you're what do you call it, a roastery?
Roastery.
I want to call it a rotisserie, but I guess
I almost said rosary.
It sounds nice.
Yep, chicken on the mind. But it's right over by where we do the radio show, which
Yes.
is really cool.
Right.
It just so happens to be.
We're hidden in essentially an office complex. There's a big coffee roaster in there, so
That's awesome. I got to come and check it out and get some pictures,
Yeah.
and we'll set that up.
it's a
another
beautiful.
time.
The coffee roaster itself is a beautiful machine. We do about 400 to 500 pounds a week. It's a big yellow coffee roaster. It looks kind of like a steam engine.
Awesome.
Probably smell it from the radio.
I think so. I
Yes.
think some days, yes.
Roasted coffee.
Yeah.
And I've always just wanted to walk in, but I know that's where the business is being done. So I'm like, I don't
Yeah.
want to just pop by.
Sadly, we that was where we built the company out of, and we did close it to the public. So it is a production facility. We produce cold brew out of there as well. So all of our kegged cold brew, and then
Yummy.
some warehousing things.
And yeah, go ahead.
Can I just say something? So it's kind of ironic. I'm here. I'm the least coffee guy here. The one time that I can ever remember making a coffee taste the way I like it, it was cold. But that was when I was like 10 years old. And so now I'm a big frappuccino, fancy whipped cream, everything else, which you don't have there, which is okay, which is fantastic. But I tried the iced coffee. I love it.
Thank you.
It's
I'm a new
tasty.
coffee guy thanks to this place here.
Nice.
Awesome.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's made perfect, and it's not bitter, and it's fantastic. So I'm a new coffee fan.
Thank you. Yeah. So the iced latte itself, the milk is from a local purveyor, so from
Really?
Wilcox Torito Farm.
Yes.
The excellent whole milk.
I actually just started talking to them. They're going to be on the radio show.
Oh, great.
And hopefully become a sponsor, because I'd love to go out there. They actually have rooms you can stay out there in Wilcox, and it's just around the corner from Laramida Cellars.
Okay.
That where all their vineyards are. So it's a really cool little location to be able to check out and
Absolutely.
kind of see.
Yeah, I would love to take the staff out there to see the farm, but they've got a brewery out there.
Yes.
So yeah, it seems like a great spot.
So you get your milk from there, and then
Milk comes from there, and then we also have oat milk as an alternative, but a lot of local food, a lot of local vendors, and then mostly scratch made. Everything is pretty much scratch made in the kitchen. We're working on some new fun recipes as well too.
So it's fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Not a big coffee guy. This is amazing.
Thank you.
you just haven't experienced the right coffee yet. So
That's
yeah. You have to have all of them in one day, and then yeah.
Well, I wasn't a big coffee person either. My best friend was like uber coffee person, and I always kind of had that at odds with her until I was like in my 20s, and she kind of was pushing it on me more and more and more, because it's kind of like the cool thing to do, is to go get coffee. But I wasn't really into it, so I was like, smile and nod, okay, until I moved, and be like, okay, I'm good, like maybe a latte here, a latte there, but very few and far between, right? Until I moved to Italy.
Okay.
And then coffee became a thing where it's part of the culture, and it's delicious, and you could have so many different kinds, and it was amazing. And then I came home, and I was like, something has changed, like not only did I have really good coffee, but just my palate was different now, and so now I like so many different kinds of coffees, and in different ways, and with different milks, and I used to be very, very limited, and I think they helped me kind of like open up a little bit more. And also we have really amazing coffee here in Tucson, so
Absolutely.
We're spoiled.
Yes.
Absolutely. A lot of great roasters here, great coffee shops. And like going back to what you were saying about Italy, it's that experience as well. Like going to a cafe, being with people, the community, that's really important. So that's something we try to highlight here and really push.
That's awesome.
Yeah. We have a lot of regular customers, and it's a family. We've only been here for 1 year, but it's a family.
I remember the moment when I got addicted to coffee, and but I was like 12.
I tried it. I just couldn't make it work. Of course, cold coffee wasn't a thing back then, so
That's fair. Right. Yeah. It was Circle K coffee. That's what we had available in Tucson. It was actually the Circle K at Tinker Verde, where Tinker Verde turns into Wilmot.
Yeah.
And I'd walk down from youth group and get coffee, the 24 ounce, and pour like 16 of the French vanilla coffees.
Absolutely.
Creamers.
Oh man.
And it was horrible, and it was way too sweet. But I definitely have progressed to the straight black coffee, strong.
so that's going to be in a little bit.
You've had your gateway?
It's a whole lifestyle thing.
Gateway coffee. Well, that like obviously a lot of people have the Circle K experience.
There we go.
Where you're just like, okay, it's quick, it's fast, like let's go, let's do something, right? Especially if you're like gonna do a road trip, right? But I've noticed that now that I've had so many of our local Tucson ones that like if I'm in an emergency and I grab one, I drink like this much. Like it's this much just for the emergency. Like I need coffee, and then I'm like, and I think I'm good.
Well, the quality is so different, right? And
Different.
When you care about the roasting and where the coffee comes from, and sourcing it and everything else, it's completely different. It's completely different from your just average run of the mill coffee. Even the big, even the big one with the green logo, it's you feel different after you're drinking it, and it really is definitely a godsend that you're here. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. If I can, we try not to be too bougie or elitist, right?
Right.
So, even when you mentioned sourcing, sometimes
Yes.
when you go to Origin and source coffee, for example, like if you fly into San Pedro Sula or something in Honduras, the airport, they might not have the best coffee. Even the airport I don't want to get specific because that would be maybe a bit too specific. Many airports do not have great coffee.
Fair.
And you can't judge. there's a coffee for everyone.
Yes.
That's what people say. So.
What are the little
A café cubano, as far as I know, is a little bit of sugar with a shot of espresso. Often the sugar is in the portafilter or that device that goes into the espresso machine.
Usually it's
And then-
brown sugar as well.
Right.
So
Oh,
it's brown
yeah.
sugar, so you get that really maple or molasses flavor, and it is really good. It's
not bad.
Do you guys do that here?
We don't. It would affect the machine, and we've got a pretty nice espresso machine, so we don't want to put anything like that's going to caramelize or get up in there.
I do know where to get one, but we'll talk about it off air.
Yeah, we could certainly put brown sugar or what have you in the cup and pull the shot
Pour
of
it,
espresso
yeah.
into it.
Yeah.
It wouldn't necessarily be the same. You can mix it up. You can make our version of the Cubano. We like to do fun things like that here. So
You're the Tucson
Yeah,
Cubano.
Right. I like
There you
that.
go.
I like that.
Or Sonoran Cubano.
Always
Tucsano.
the Sonoran blank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we've kept you for 11 minutes now, so
love
I promised you 5 minutes, and here we are. But
I could talk forever if
yeah.
you really. No.
We got time. So tell us a little bit about the pastry that you have here. Is that yours, or is that
I'm just
yours?
trying to be.
That's his, yeah.
Oh,
This is,
nice.
yeah, I took a bite out of it. Yes. So I'm trying to be healthy. So obviously this is healthy, right? It's got
Right.
berries and oats. Yeah, but it's excellent. It's very sweet. It looks like a healthy like morning bar that you might have on the way to work, but it's an excellent pastry. But we've got some great shortbread cookies over in the display case right now as well. They've got pistachio on top. And,
With dark chocolate. They're dipped in dark chocolate. You missed that part.
I
That's
saw-
the key part.
I know, and it's always something new. So we kind of leave it up to the kitchen what they would like to do, and we give them the ingredients, and yeah.
This one kind of, to me, if you hold it up so that people can see it, it kind of looks like a granola bar and a Pop-Tart had a love child.
Totally healthy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right?
Good for you.
Well, and I just got, I'm a sucker. I don't know what happened here. There, I'm
You
back.
gotta talk into the mic in the front right here.
I'm like, I'm going to kiss it in a second.
You can rotate it up a little bit, like this.
Easier said than done.
Yeah. There we
Okay.
go. There we go.
Okay. So I just got bread, just toast.
Just toast.
Just toast.
We want to be clear. That's what we call it. Just toast.
Just
on the
toast.
menu.
Yeah. And you can get it with honey or jam, but I'm picky. I don't want either of those. I just wanted bread. And it takes something for you to have good bread and good butter and just make it awesome, right? And they have the
Right.
barrio bread, so it's bomb.
Yeah.
And I love just being able to have something of sustenance without sugar if I don't want it, or without anything fancy or anything like
Right,
that.
right.
It's just something good to soak up something in your stomach, you know?
So it comes buttered and
Well, it came in a little
Like
a little
ramekin.
container with butter.
Yeah.
So I put butter on it, and I guess if you had, I don't know how that would normally come.
Yeah, so it generally comes the slice of toast with the butter and the jam, and then you can substitute honey if you'd like.
Fair.
Yeah, it's your preference.
nice.
It's good though.
Yeah, we have a fig jam that comes with that. And then it was about highlighting. It was about highlighting Don from Barrio Bread and getting that. Yeah, it's just toast, but it's great local bread from a James Beard award-winning chef.
Yeah. And if you guys missed it, he was on the show last week.
Yes,
Oh,
he was.
great.
You gotta check
Yeah.
it out on YouTube, the Tasty Show 520, and check out the episode. It was pretty awesome having him there, and he made a special. I'm adjusting the volumes.
Yeah.
I'm trying to, anyways. But he made a special loaf for us, and it was Greek Orthodox Easter last Sunday. So he brings in this huge loaf of bread, and we put in. So we just took it to family dinner, and it was great. I mean, it's some of the best bread, and the sourdough. And he gives out the sourdough starter, so you can get the sourdough starter for Barrio bread.
Really?
He also does packets, so you can do the. Let's just try this for a second. There we go. All right, but you can.
Or not.
I don't know.
We're trying.
I think it's some noise. It's probably some noise canceling software.
Yeah, fair enough. But You can get his pizza.
Oh.
Pizza dough. He'll do pizza dough for us. And, all kinds of stuff.
So good. Thank you so much for joining us.
Connect with everyone before I head out for deliveries. But
Thank you so much.
I really appreciate you guys having me.
Yes.
Thank
Absolutely
you.
good to see you again.
Awesome.
Yeah. Nice connecting.
We'll just take that from you, and thank you for joining us. It was good to see you, and we'll see you soon on the show or the radio show as well. And we'll have to do maybe we'll do a TV episode for you, all about the coffee
Ooh,
and
that'd
the
be cool.
food.
Yeah.
Awesome. So I'm just running through everything, trying to turn everything down here.
Is there anybody voice cancellation software in there or anything?
Not that I'm aware of.
Sounds like it'll get silent when you're talking.
Interesting. Yeah, there we go. All right. It is now. Yeah, there we go. All right. So we're bringing in a new guest. Yeah, you can hang out. You can We got.
I do have to say something about your soaps.
Sure.
So I remember you came to
The group.
the group.
Yep.
Bought some samples. My wife absolutely loved them.
Good, I'm glad.
Yep. She loves the natural soaps, and they get in touch with you to get some.
Well, perfect.
Yes, so I'm glad.
Yay, I'm glad.
The soap is really cool because it feels good on your skin, and it doesn't give you all the chemicals and everything else, which is great.
Yeah.
So.
Sans chemicals. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely. Yeah, happy to.
How can people get a hold of your soap?
Absolutely. So you can find me on Facebook, of course. You can find me on Instagram, as well as you can go to www.dirtycactussoaps.com. Yep, Dirty Cactus Soaps. So just think of, cactuses get dirty too.
For some reason, I had Saguaro stuck to it. I was searching for
Fair.
She's also tagged out on the Tucson Tasty Show page, so you can go there, and it's the Tucson Tasty Show on Facebook. You can find us on Instagram, YouTube, and
Yes.
everywhere else. Oh, and if you go to the website, thetastyshow.com, and go to About at the bottom, it has all the links for all of our sponsors as well. So.
You can literally click on the little cactus, and it'll take you right to my website.
Can I make a plug for my podcast?
Absolutely.
It's Tucson Stars of Networking. That's Tucson apostrophe S Stars of Networking.
Okay.
We're all different. We're about 17 episodes now. We've got all different teams, whether it's
That's awesome.
organization, an association type networking, or networking for nonprofits, or networking as a car salesperson. I mean, everything in there. So,
Awesome.
No, I love it. I love watching it as well. So.
awesome. Yeah, it's on all the platforms.
I'd love to share that, because I'm trying to get more crafters to network. Unfortunately, crafters are amazing at what they do, right? And they go to a lot of, events, but they... Exactly,
go.
that would be wonderful because a lot of them, they don't really know how to network themselves either. They know how to talk about their art a little bit, but they don't really how to network per se. And so I think it really is kind of a little missed niche. A lot of people, we're trying to teach them, like, hey, come out, like, let's network together, like, hey, let's make these connections where, hey, there's these stores that have vendors, hey, you're a vendor, or hey, there's these events, that are going on, and hey, these people believe in the same things that you do, or they have the same theme or the same belief system or the same style, right? So there's a business that we're going to be broadcasting from on the 31st, and it's called The Healing Portal, and they have massage therapy and yoga and sound healing and art therapy and yoga for kids and reading stories and all this kind of stuff. But there's also a lady who makes earrings, and she has a witchy kind of like theme, and the girls at the Healing Portal, they have like events called Her Witchy Ways, and I was like, oh, this will be perfect. So it's fun to be able to be that connector within the networking scene, and be able to say, hey, you guys match. Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. In that same vein, right? So we have Michelle.
Right.
Michelle is
Hi.
a newly licensed esthetician.
I am.
So I got to be lucky enough to be one of her test subjects for several things.
Oh my gosh, she was so helpful. I was like, so many times I was like, Kelly, I really need you. And she would show up. It's like, who turns down, a facial like for free? So,
Right.
come on down and do it. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Seriously.
What are some of the other things that people can come and actually get from you now?
Yeah, I'm set up out of Aria Salon, which is over on Broadway at 5350 Broadway. And I'm set up for all kinds of facials. I'm also going to be doing a lot of different kinds of peels. It's a very natural setting that I'm doing it. If you come in, my colors are very calming, I keep a very Buddhist air to it, which I think people really appreciate. The colors are muted. So I really think it's a good thing for people to come in, not just to keep their skin nice, which your skin looks beautiful, by the way. I was looking.
It's the soap.
She makes the most amazing looking soap. She did the gem show, and
Yes.
they looked like geodes. Oh my gosh, I need more of those. I don't know. I do. They're so beautiful. Love them.
The ones I had, look what this is.
Oh, I think you got the watermelon one, right?
No, it's like
Or- I had the rosemary and peppermint, I think, that day. I had the tea tree oil and goat milk. And then I think I might have had even the pine tar one that day. But I know I had the watermelon one as well. So
must have been the water.
it might have been the watermelon.
Yeah, they're really beautiful, and they're creative. So, but yeah, I just graduated in October. And
Congratulations.
Thank you. It was the Tucson College of Beauty.
Right.
Great school if anybody's interested. Very powerful education there. Like it's it's on top. So I enjoyed that a lot. But yeah, if you want to reach me, my number is the Colorado number. It's 720-416-9915. Leave a text. I'll call you back. It gets busy and I don't always answer my phone, but yeah, definitely come down. And shout out to Yellow Brick because I couldn't drink coffee. I know you offered me a coffee, but my roommate, I call her the maker of coffee. I wake up and I have it, and I was like, if I drink another cup, I'm never going to show up on this. I'm never going to just shut up on this podcast. But they have this amazing ginger beer. It's so good.
That is a really good ginger beer.
It's amazing. And the Jersey girl in me was like, bagel and lox? Are you serious? Like, definitely.
And they do it up right. And with the
Bubby's Bagels.
which is a traditional style bagel. I don't know if you've been to Bubby's, but they are the best bagel place in Tucson, hands
I'll
down.
have to look.
And they're not from Tucson, but that's okay.
With a
They
name like
make
Bubby's,
really
I'm
good
going to
bagels.
guess New York or New Jersey with a name like Bubby's.
Yes.
That's a very Jewish name.
Well, it's grandma.
Yeah.
It's
I didn't know that. I didn't know that it meant grandma because my mom, her favorite pickle was Bubby's pickles.
Yeah, it's
I thought it was a name too.
Yeah, it's a very
It's Yiddish,
common term.
actually.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm a Jewish person. Like
Learn something new every day.
But they have pickled onions on it. It's really good.
Oh,
The
wow.
capers, yeah.
I really like pickled
recommend it.
onions.
I know.
My family always does either cucumbers and pickled onions or tomatoes and pickled onions in a jar. Oh,
Yeah, try their bagel. I highly recommend. It's pretty good. Yeah,
awesome.
for real.
well, it's from Bubby's, but and so Bubby supplies their bagels, and then they get their bread from Barrio. It's all local, like David was saying, which is all really cool. So,
Yeah.
Let's make her.
Well,
Awesome.
yeah, you can find me on Instagram. My name is Michelle with 2 L's, and Brixius, Brixius, on Instagram. And also you can go ahead and my name is. You can also look it under Kama, which is the name of my company, KAMA. On aesthetics. So if you need anything, let me know. We have a full. We work a lot with Dermalogica, as well as Sia, which is a chain here in Arizona of all natural products.
Nice.
So I look forward to it. And we have a special right now, $60 for a new client to come and get a facial.
Awesome. Well, make sure you take some stickers. And speaking of stickers, we're doing a promotion. It's Find the Tasty Show, and if you find a sticker someplace, take a picture of it, tag us in it, and hashtag Find the Tasty Show. And whoever has the most found stickers will win a prize, and the prize is going to be significant. So, yes, it's a lot of fun too.
In fact, I mean, if you find Wesley anywhere and he's got his hat on, he's always got a sticker in his hat. So technically speaking, if you just network with him,
take a picture every day.
Yep.
That's awesome.
And, we do have a clear lead right now, and it is Kelly from Dirty Cactus Soaps.
Yeah.
But definitely take some stickers and then post it out that here it's right here in our shop, and so people can come in and get those and also meet you.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah.
And then for the we're also doing live showing. Well, we're doing the TV show at the Sands Club, the Arizona Sands Club, and with the Arizona Sands Club, we're selling tickets to the lunch, so you can be a part of the audience, but you also get to experience the food at the Sands Club, and then it's also pairings with the Laramida Cellars. So they've actually come in to do the wine for it, and small amounts, but so you can taste it, but you can then have order forms, and you can actually get that sent to your house as well. You do not. Yes, it's open to the public. In fact, the more non-members, the better, because we're just trying to get people to experience the club and go up there and to its fullest. And a 5-course meal. So, it starts off with the chef's bite, and then Chef Danny Perez. He's done an amazing job with the menu with his executive sous chef Seth Meddy. And they've really brought together the menu with being able to showcase the food of Tucson. So there's the Mexican dishes they have, or influences. Then you have the cowboy influences, and then you have the Native American influences as well. So it's going to be an amazing tasting menu for sure, and then having those pairings, and there's going to be a live action station, so they're actually going to be doing some plating in front of everybody. The menu is going to be explained throughout the entire club, and we're actually going to pre-record that so that it's going to be right there, and then you'll have the owner and chief winemaker of Laramida Cellars there to talk about his wines. So yeah.
That sounds
awesome.
like a good time no matter
Look
what,
at this.
right?
We have executive sous chef Matt Love of Charo Steak, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Take it away.
Good to see you.
Sure.
Check
happy to jump in.
Okay.
While he's getting together, I just wanted to share with you guys some awesome places to check out for local Tucson crafters and vendors. So one of the places that I wanted to tell you about was Arizona Artisan Creations, and they're on 8800 West Water Street, and they're in Marana. You can find them at ArizonaArtisanCreation.com, and they're having an open house on the 26th from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Also, there's an organization called SALT, and it's the Southern Arizona Livestock and Things, and they're having an event from 5 to 9 p.m. on the 18th, and both of those are actually still looking for vendors. We technical difficulties, that's what we have. But,
Maybe try pushing the wire in the bottom a little bit better.
okay.
I turned yours down, sorry.
So both of those shows are for, maybe. There we go. They're still looking for vendors. And so if you know a crafter that would like to be involved, definitely reach out because they're both really great organizations. Also, we're going to be broadcasting from Sunset to Stars sometime next month. So we're really excited. They're on Miracle Mile in Monterey Court. And if you've never been to Monterey Court, it's really cool. It's like really cool vibe. They have shows and stuff. And they do a bunch of live music, as well as there's food and a bunch of really amazing people over there. Other couple ones are DeLuna on Campbell, Arizona Poppy, and Pop Cycle, which are both on 4th but on different ends. Creative Kind and Proper Shop. They all feature Arizona local vendors, which is really awesome. Also, farmers markets are a great place to find the Arizona local people. So some of those can be like the heirloom farmers markets. You can go to Udall Park or Rio Rito, and those are really great. Santa Cruz is on Thursdays from 4 to 7 p.m. So instead of being a weekend like morning, like brunch vibe, that one's more of like let's chill it out kind of, get some things for the weekend kind of vibe. And then of course St. Philip's Plaza, and if you've ever eaten in St. Philip's Plaza, like it's amazing. Yeah.
So that's one of my favorites.
Yeah, exactly.
I used to work at Proof right there.
Oh, so good.
That's one of the first places I visited when I got here to Arizona. My dad's like, you gotta go.
So you want to talk into, the front of the mic here a little bit. There you go. Yeah, there we go. But so this is Matt Love, Chef Matt Love. Thank you so much for dropping by. The nine-fingered chef and the inventor of the Welly Changa. And right behind you is Chef Joshua. I don't know if you saw him. It's just awesome that you're both here. Thank you so much for coming and supporting Yellowbird.
Absolutely. Well, it's easy to support. I live right nearby here, so when you sent me the invite on Instagram, I was like, well, I guess there's no excuse not to come here.
Right.
And this is awesome coffee. I come with my girlfriend all the time here, and I have a little cat named Tamaki, and we like the cat backpack.
Right.
And, occasionally we'll come on down and with the cat sit outside and chill, have some coffee, and it's always a good time.
Fair enough. So, give me a chef word that you don't typically hear in the public, and then tell me what it means.
Chef word. Okay.
Maybe Joshua can help us.
I know. I'm trying to think. I would like to say a chef phrase. I think. And,
Okay.
I think that. I'll say on the fly, or actually one of my favorite ones is something that only a few kitchens have called it this, but reggae.
Okay.
Which basically means regular.
Okay.
So we'll say something
Not what I
like we need
consider,
a child burger reggae. That means it's just normal, nothing wrong with it. Or on the opposite side of that is we have a child burger with problems, which basically means it has a bunch of mods and a bunch of different things to it. So
don't be a problem.
Well, it's not even that. Like I love customizing stuff. I mean, we have BK, but we want to make sure that every food, everything we put out is what the customer wants. That's what we're here for the customer's experience.
Good to know that in the back of the house, every order I've ever ordered is one with problems. There's a mod on everything. My old business partner used to be like, I want blah blah blah. I'd say I want blah 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 blah, and he'd go, but.
Reading a ticket will go something like this, like, all right, I need 2 burgers reggae, 1 burger with problems. I need
I'm that person.
we need that huge strip on the fly.
Yeah, for sure.
I use chef terminology all the time now in just regular life. One thing that's important in the kitchen is communication. You're walking by with sharp stuff, hot stuff all the time, and so you have to announce where you're at. From behind, corner sharp, corner hot.
Right.
And I find myself saying that in real life situations. I think the funniest I still continually do occasionally, just because my mind's still in chef mode, is I was driving home one day and I was just making a right turn, and I was just like to myself in my car, corner.
I think that would actually be super beneficial in Target and Walmart.
Oh my gosh, yes. And I do that.
We should have blinkers on our little buggies, man. How many times do you go to turn, you're like, oops, sorry, or like you have to commit and just be like, sorry, as you pass
They're standing
them.
right in the middle of the lane. It's like, can you move, please?
Pick
I
a
can't
side,
get by.
dude. Pick a lane, my mom used to say.
Yeah, I feel like that communication
Costco
would
as
help every. Oh yeah, we were just at Costco last night, and oh my gosh, man, that's crazy.
I had a whole family. There was a cart and 3 people, and they're all holding hands. And I was like, do you realize you're blocking the entire thoroughfare? Pick a side, man. Oh,
People
God.
at Costco.
I was silently
Next-
being like, be patient, be
next on the
patient, be
Tucson
patient.
Tasty
Don't be
Show.
that girl. You have that haircut. Like,
Live from the Costco food courts. It's the Tasty Show.
Only if the Welly Chunga's there with Matt Love.
oh, there we go.
Oh. I dream about that thing now, and I love the tortillas that you picked for it. Have you had experienced the Welly Chunga yet?
No, I have not.
It's,
I'm not.
It's. I was making so much fun of him, and then I tried it, and I was like, oh no, I gotta take it all back. But I was happy to take it all back because that thing is over the top delicious. I mean, it's a brainchild, kind of, yeah. And
So what is it?
And I tag it out to Gordon Ramsay all the time too, just so you know.
I try to do that. We're going to do Brazilian Jack probably in a couple months or so. We want make sure that we space it out.
Perfect.
Something that takes a lot of prep and a lot, and want to make sure that we keep the hype train rolling on it. But essentially, the Welly Chonga is a beef Wellington inside of a chimichanga. What we do, like the full process is beef tenderloin, 6 ounces. We sear it in beef tallow, a little bit of jalapeno salt, and then we have a house tequila Dijon. So we put that on top, a little prosciutto, wrap it up, and then we wrap it up in a fresh local tortilla, and essentially, dunk it in
Deep fry
oil,
the
deep fry it,
tenderloin.
make it a chimichanga right there. And I apologize. Go back a couple steps. We do a duxelle in house too. I do it with little white button, little mushroom or shiitake mushroom. Same thing. I also do it in tallow. I try to
Right.
do it as much as possible in the same cast iron that I sear the fillets in for extra flavor. Deglaze it a little bit
course.
and bring that all up and add all that flavor in there. Herbs, all that stuff, wrap it up, deep fry it in a tortilla, and then my favorite part is to top it all off, I do a demi-glazed crema. So make a demi-glazed stage 4, let it cool, add sour cream, and a little bit of lime zest to it, and I do like a Chiltepin red wine demi when I make the regular demi. Fry it all together, make the crema, and put it on top, and then finish it off with part of the plating is, and to kind of keep it traditional and with charro at least, we have our enchilada Colorado sauce, and then we also have our verde tomatillo sauce, and it's just whole conglomeration, but just a whole big
Words and
thing put
things, yeah.
together, and boom, it's delicious. And I love proving people wrong, man. Like with that, like my head chef Ralph was a little skeptical at first. He's like I don't know, because he's a classically French trained chef, like doing anything outside of the norm is weird to him, and no offense to him at all, but there was a lot of people who give me compliments on their Welly Chonga. I proved them all that they loved it and all that, and I didn't get to say this on the first show, but when he tried it, he like his compliment meant the most because he's someone that's really hard to impress, and it wasn't even anything that crazy. He was just like,
See, I
good
would
job,
think
this
that
actually works.
executive
And I was
chef Gary Hickey would be the toughest person in the room to impress, but no?
He's yes and no. I think because
Very supportive.
Yeah, no. I was going to say
supportive, yeah.
Ralph is hard. He's an OG chef. Like he has that mentality. Chef is just a nice, genuine dude all around. So, but he'll still tell you like, this is not that good. Like I made a jalapeno relish the other day, and he was like, it was like really hot. I didn't think it was that hot, but he's like, that's offensively hot. he's also genuine. He's like, that's
Yeah.
good, it's delicious. I just did I like to take risks. I did that Mexican candy salmon the other day with
How'd that turn out?
chili bean mango sauce, a tahini blackened salmon with a little bit of chamoy drizzle on top, and I think it's weird, but I gave it to the chef, and he's, I have the text message proof to show. He's like, yeah, very delicious, good job.
Get it printed out, put it on a picture,
There you go.
right on the back of the wall.
Yeah, just instead of plaques, I'm just gonna have text messages of like all the times I've gotten compliments.
I think one of the most amazing things is all the little pieces that you were saying that you put into that, like the lime salt and the jalapeno this and the all those different pieces, like
Very labor intensive.
Yeah, very labor intensive, and one of those ideas would have been good, right? Like they would have been the game changer to something very basic, right? But you married them. You made them all dance like a.
The Wellington is not basic
Well,
at all.
no. That's what I'm saying. Wellington is never basic. But even if you would have taken carne asada and added lime salt, that to a basic thing, it could be a game changer, right? But you then took all of those things and almost like the people who do the flash mobs, right, where they keep like popping one thing, and one by one they all add up, and then all of a sudden they're all moving perfectly, right? It's like that's what you did with food that was very Tucson inspired, very unique, and possibly, a little bit risque, in the world, because a lot of people want to be like, you have to stay in these rules.
I got it.
Yeah, but that's the fun part of food. There's literally millions
Play with your
ingredients. There's millions of ingredients. Like you can make so many different things. Like literally, that's exactly what people say is you can mess with the ingredients. But you take that analogy and you can place it with most business and art and all those things, but your OG analogy comes from food.
Well, being a Charo, and Charo is the inventor of the chimichanga. I don't know if you knew that or not.
I did not know that.
Tucson holds that title, and Charo is the one that holds that.
Yeah, so
Learning several things today.
Yeah, so El Charo Cafe, essentially our big sister to Charles Steak and Del Rey, is credited with inventing the chimichanga. Monica Flynn, basically, as the story goes, is she was, had some hot oil going, was making burritos and
With their carne seca that's still dried on the roof.
Yeah, exactly. We're one of the few people that are able to do it that way, which is awesome. So that makes the carne seca from Charo very unique. So any other ones are most likely oven fried or whatnot. Ours is still done the traditional way, and so you want to have our carne seca. No offense to other carne secas.
Well, it's literally sent out around the world, so yeah.
But anyway, so kids were running around. She was making tortillas, had hot oil going, or making burritos, and kid runs by and kind of
Nudges.
Monica and the burrito drops into the fryer, and like changa, I guess, or chini was like slang for talk smack to the kids, and so she's like, well, it's already in the fryer, might as well cut it open and try it, and it was like, oh my gosh, this is delicious, and boom, the chimichanga was invented. Based off of talk smack to their kids. But
Some of the best things come from accidents.
absolutely.
And having the courage to try them after the accident.
Play with your food.
As Bob Ross says, happy little accidents.
Yeah.
No, and that's kind of how Boy Changa was invented. Was a bunch of inspiration. I said it on the first time I did it on the show, but it was a little bit. I was watching way too much Hell's Kitchen at the time, and we were having a little rap session about how do I, or what do we do to make our specials chocolate? Because one of the cool things about Charles Steak is they give a lot of the sous chefs and chefs there pretty much total creative freedom for specials. The only exception being that it needs to be charred, it needs to be Sonora influenced, it has to have some kind of Mexican culture in there, you know? So I was thinking, steakhouse, Wellington, churro chimichanga, deep Wellington chimichanga, and then it's kind of how it was conceptualized in that sense.
Can I ask you a good question?
I will give you hopefully a good answer.
How many times did it take you before you found the perfect one?
We're not talking about that.
No, that's the fun part, because people shouldn't give up.
No, absolutely.
If you know you have a good idea, work at it.
Okay.
I love this question too because I'll be honest, the first time.
Jeez.
But,
That perfect marrying of 90 different things.
But he's a good chef.
That's
the
what
whole
I'm
point.
saying.
Is
That's what I'm
that-
saying. You have to be amazing to be able to do that.
Right.
Well, I still feel weird about the chef title. Like, even though I obviously chef title at Charles Steak, I feel like there's so much to learn, and there's consistently things that are like, you don't know that, and I'm like, I don't. Should I have? And
Yeah.
even as a chef, as any person ever, you need to make sure that you humble yourself to be able to retain more and more knowledge, because there's always going to be more stuff that you can learn and grow and build yourself up from.
Yeah.
So always be willing to be, and that's but on that note with Roy Changa, I tried it the first time, and I did a lot of different subs for it, and was like, oh, let's try this, and let's deep fry it. The crema was the part that didn't come out right away. Like, I did play with this a few times to get to the final product. But
Perfect.
The basic deep fried
Wellington.
in a tortilla, that was like the first time, and I was so happy.
Magic.
That being said, there's been a lot of recipes that I've made that I'm like, I have a crazy idea, let's try it, and it takes a few times. And
Yeah.
for this one, it took a few times to get the perfect flame, with not just me being a perfectionist, and also being at a place that has the reputation of creating the chimichanga. I wanted to make sure that I did them, did the
You
whole
honored
brand.
Gave the respect, yeah. Yeah.
So it was important to me that the plate that I put out was a good one, all around.
So we do have to wrap up a little bit here, and thank you so much for coming by.
Oh, it's always my pleasure.
I'm happy to talk about the Wellington anytime you want. Open invitation for the show, of course, and we'll see you soon. Next week we're going to be at Bella's Gelato, and it's really awesome. She's going to be opening,
Excited.
early for us, and dogs are welcome. And
What
so
about cats?
we don't do cats. I'm
Got to
sorry.
bring the backpack.
Not that they'd be bad, but
Yeah, with the
with the
little, like,
dogs
globe.
might be a little crazy.
Astronaut, castronaut.
Cats are not.
My cat's wild, dude.
And my dog might eat your cat. She's not very people trained, so
I could bring my old man. I have a Vincent. He's a pity. He's like 13 now, but he's like the best dog ever. He's handsome. He's got that like awesome like structure, right? But he's like, ma, just pet me. Like he's old now, you know.
ours is a rescue, and she's German Shepherd and Greyhound, so she's absolutely psychotic.
Oh, fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
And, and to add the German Shepherd on there,
Oh, for
she's
sure.
like fast and territorial.
I can't even imagine what she was like as a puppy, because my German Shepherd is 4 years old and she's still like, hi, throw the ball 300 times. Like, I'm like, my shoulder hurts right now. Like, I need you to chill out. I'm like, oh my gosh.
So definitely join us next week, 10 a.m. Like I said, they're going to be opening earlier, and hopefully we have a special guest coming
Yes,
in.
hopefully.
That will put it over the top. And this is a celebrity dog that is followed by almost 200,000 people. So, no, not 200. I didn't say 200 million.
Face to face. Like, judge me.
That would be, yeah, no, he would be 100%. I don't know if I'd roll up the Tucson Tasty Show, but if I got that interview,
Dude,
I'd be
MC.
over the top.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
That would be so amazing. Like, I would just be
Definitely
like,
have to bring the chimmy welling then.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Very Tucson. But they're out at Tinker Verde he's out at Tinker Verde Ranch all the time in Mirabel.
really?
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
Fox actually has a liaison for when he comes to Tucson. that lives
Oh,
here.
wow.
So there you go. So it's possible.
That is.
We'll see.
My old head chef's over at Tinker Ranch now. shout out to Justin Stewart.
Well, you have to get them on the show.
Yeah, no,
So,
absolutely. So,
send me a text or send me their information and I'll get it.
you got it.
But we'll see you next week on the Coffee with the Tucson Tasty Show, brought to you by Dirty Cactus Soaps. Thank you so much for joining us. As I mute everybody else's mic, we're gonna go ahead and head out. But if you have any questions, please feel free to email them to the Tucson Tasty Show at gmail.com, or send me a direct message. And don't forget to post your pictures. Hashtag Find the Tasty Show. Whoever has the most wins a very special prize. It's going to be one of the tasting menu tickets. So if you get an opportunity, that'd be great. We'll see you at the tasting menu there for the Arizona Sands Club, and shortly after that, we're going to be doing Zio Pepe. Oh, there we go. Oh, you got the special one. Aha. I forgot my hot sauce, but I actually just got more. They're still wrapped. So I got 50 more because it was so popular. But you have to have the hot sauce to be able to get one of these. So we'll have to do the hot sauce next week, maybe with some gelato. But yummy. So stay tasty, Tucson.
To the A.